We always do news, and the news this week is that little Crank took a tumble and had to go to a couple of different doctors to figure out what was going on. It took 8 hours at the emergency vet yesterday after seeing Dr. K to get her imaging done and find out that she's got like weak bones apparently on top of everything else she's got going on. And so taking just a little tumble that any other kitten would have been fine with, left her with nothing broken, but sort of like, I forget the term that they use for it. It's a kind of like little fracture that is happens specifically to weak bones. So I think of it like shin splints and except extra. So that's probably the right way to sort of think about it. So she is upstairs in the bedroom trying to recover from that, and she's doing fine in recovery. You know, we're keeping her on some pain meds, and we're giving her food right there, and she basically is chilling out right now. She ate fine this morning. But the emergency vet also sort of, made me realize that maybe her poop situation, well, especially because of the injury now, it's even harder for her to poop than it was to start with. So I've been a little concerned about that and extra concerned. So we moved her surgery that's supposed to fix that up to the 3rd. When it was originally going to be the week after, we moved it up a week to just this coming week. So that is the news there, and hopefully that will see her like becoming a whole new kitten that's able to poop well, and it's life-changing, fingers crossed. Now, I have to say that everybody has warned us that there's a lot of potential problems with having that sort of surgery done. If they can even do it, the surgeon has to kind of explore to figure out, what to do. So if they even can do the kind of surgery that's normally done for this, it can come with a lot of potential for having a rough time being able to poop, but maybe not being able to stop pooping, or not being able to control where they pee so well. That kind of thing sounds like it's sort of a common complication. So fingers crossed that doesn't turn out to be the case for her, but we're just hoping for the best, and we'll find out this coming week, actually. So I'm really excited for that to happen. Speaking of this coming week, on Tuesday, Cash will be adopted. His adopter is flying in to pick him up. Wonderful. And I'm really excited for him, and he's going to have, I think, another kitten to play with where he's going, so he'll be able to keep them real busy. I do think that introducing him is going to take a little bit of time because Cash is very wary of new cats and kittens, but he'll come around in time. That's too much now, okay? That's too much. I'm going to have to put Custard away because you don't know how to not run up on him from behind, do you? Yeah, what I was saying is it's going to take a little bit of work to introduce Cash, but the one thing that Michelle at Dawes told me about the adoption is that the adopter came in with a good plan for, slow introduction, and she thinks it's going to work out just fine. So I do too. Like I said, Cash is a good boy who likes other cats. He just takes a little while to come around to the idea of them. He can be extremely hissy at first. And hopefully the other cat respects that, or they take time to sort of do slow introductions. So speaking of slow introductions, rather than let this get out of control, we'll consider that little eating together to have been a good thing, and we'll take Custard back to his office for now. Come on, buddy. Here we go. You guys will still be able to hear me as I'm going. The wireless mic should work that far, so I can keep rambling while we're moving Custard. I'd kind of like to bring Crank down, but at the same time, I don't want her getting, worked up about seeing her mom and like super excited and trying to run around, because she's having a hard time. And plus, I don't think, honestly, I don't think you guys are going to want to see how she's doing. Like I said, she's doing fine. She's been on a couple of the close-ups. You can see she's doing fine. She loves to play. She just lays on her back and just grabs at toys and has a good time. But it can be a little hard to watch her having difficulty if she decides to try to go somewhere. And it's not easy for her to do. And It is what it is. She's fine. You know, like I said, I think she's going to be just fine. No big deal. We've had worse, but it is a little much to watch. So I guess I decided not to do it. I'm here, aren't I? Maybe wonder if you have an evacuation plan for all the cats and kittens if an emergency happens. Yeah, we've never like officially practiced an evacuation, but we always make sure that we have enough carriers ready to go and in the basement. So maybe not the best, but what are you going to do? And I think about it sometimes, so I've got a rough idea of what I would do. Hopefully that's good enough, and hopefully it'll never come to that. We usually don't have any trouble with flooding either. We're kind of at the bottom of a hill, but there's a ravine and a creek behind us, so the water's got a real clear place to drain. And when it was raining, we had like a literal waterfall coming off the roof of our house in front, where I guess one of the gutters is flowing the wrong way. And an actual like second stream going through our yard. So it was a little spooky, but there was only just the tiniest bit of a leak at the basement door. Not even enough to really worry about. I didn't even have to clean it up. And other than that, we were fine inside, so it went just fine for us. No big deal, but wow, it was like apocalyptic levels of rain. Boys, and play with them. That Halloween house is already gone. After we had one of Teaspoon's poop incidents, which, by the way, Teaspoon has been put on a new program by Dr. K, and knock on wood, it seems like it's actually working very well for him. So that's maybe things are going to start to resolve for him as far as his pooping goes. Now, the heart thing is still, we just saw his cardiologist, I guess I should have mentioned, and his cardiologist did an exam and said, well, you know, his sort of the pressure in that spot that is the problem for him is higher than ever, but he's also older and he's got a little more room going on there, and so he doesn't think that there's anything that we have to do for him right away. So we pushed it back again. I know I was excited to find out if we could do it and see if it would just change things for him, but it's not worth doing as long as he's still got a good quality of life. He's not suffering at all. You know, it's not causing him any issues. So the cardiologist thinks, you know what, we're going to put it off another 9 months or a year. We'll recheck him then and see how he's doing, unless anything changes in the meantime. So fingers crossed that it won't. Where was I? Oh, the Halloween house. So what I was going to say is the last time that he had a big poop incident and I had to clean everything, I put the house on the chair in there to get it out of the way. Well, I had to mop and sweep and carpet clean and everything. And I left it on the chair, and somebody thought that was a great target to pee in, which couldn't have been Teaspoon. That's just not, he's not agile like that. It almost had to have been Loganberry. It seems like a very Loganberry thing to do, but I didn't see it, so who knows. Anyway, it got peed in a lot, and it's huge, and it just didn't seem like it was worth trying to figure out how to clean it comprehensively so it wouldn't just get peed in right away again. So it left already, but we had a lot of fun with it while it was here. And we've got other big houses like that. I can always bring out the Christmas house, and I was just actually looking at the little pop-up camper. I'd bring it in here right now if she didn't already have so much to play with. It's just sitting right in the front hall. We've got a mesh thing. We've got all kinds of stuff for her, so it's no big deal that she lost that one. But she had fun with it while it was there. Well, that's true. She does want a friend, but she has a lot of trouble making a friend. She's just a little too intense. I think we've all known people like that, or maybe some of us have even been people like that. So I can sympathize with her, but she'll find the right person to be friends with in due time, I think. She just needs somebody who's able to sort of be on her level, I think. Or optimally, I still think it might be best if she gets adopted with Crank, because, you know, that's just a built-in friend. But I think Crank is going to need... we're going to have to make sure that Crank is doing well if she's going to be able to sort of put up with all of this energy, because, you know, if she's a little extra brittle and this one's a little extra crazy, that doesn't seem like the perfect combination. Of course, I feel like I should point out, because a lot of people were concerned, including me, that maybe something about how crazy she is caused the injury to Crank, and that is not the case at all. I did not go back and watch it myself, but DJ did, and she saw that Crank had nothing to do with it. Gadget had nothing to do with it. Crank just took a tumble off the beanbag chair, like the kind that every kitten does a million times here, and it's nothing. But for her, it wasn't quite nothing. So there you go.